Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Chopstrand Audio. Thanks for tuning in. This is video number 19 in my video tutorial series about the Roland TR-8S Rhythm Performer. This time I want to explain the LFO. To access the LFO, press and hold down Shift and press Kit. Scroll through, you can press Shift, hold down Shift and then scroll through. That brings you faster to your destination. Alright, LFO. You see waveform, tempo sync and rate. Press enter to change the waveform. We have actually 5 different waveforms and we only have one LFO per kit. That means you have to choose wisely your LFO. So I made a little drawing here. And you see we have waveforms sin, sinus wave, tree, triangle, saw, square and S and H. I think it means sample and hold and it is a kind of a random waveform. Then let's say we choose sample and hold, enter, scroll down. Tempo sync means your LFO is synced to the internal clock of the TR-8S. Next one is rate. You see here, it's set to 16 steps. That means the LFO repeats every 4 bars. So let's say when we change it and we do it to like whatever, 12. Or let's say not 12, maybe 8. It's easier to explain. 8, it's 2 bars. So you see when you go 4 steps is 1 bar, the LFO repeats every bar. And then when you go up 8, 2 bars, 16 steps, 4 bars, and then 32 steps, 8 bars. So let's say we just leave it at 2 bars, like 8 steps. Okay, tempo sync, we had that. Waveform, for the beginning we choose sin. That's easy to hear. Alright, press Kit to leave the Kit menu. Now you have to press and hold down Shift and press Instrument. Now you're in the Instrument menu. That means scroll through until you find LFO and you would find 2 options. LFO level and LFO depth. So let's start with depth. Depth means, like back to my little drawing here, that's the depth. You change just the amplitude of the waveform. Let's say you have the LFO depth by 50, just only 50 high. That means 0 is nothing, no LFO applied. That means when you have the LFO applied to, let's say, our hand clap here, and then you don't want to have an LFO on your snare drum here, just turn the depth down to 0 and you don't have an LFO on your snare drum. Easy. Alright, but in our case, we want to hear our LFO. We turn it all the way up. Depth. Press enter and then all the way up. 127 is max. You actually can go into minus as well. So LFO level, that means LFO is applied to our level. When we press enter here, we can change it. Like let's say the LFO is applied to tune or decay or pan, all those different sorts of filters and parameters. But in our case, we just leave it at level because it's better to hear. Okay, press enter and then instrument to leave the instrument menu. Now we can have a listen. Press start and stop. Just a bass drum here to give us a little beat. And we see our hand clap is only here. Only 1 step. So we turn it up. And we can actually hear really clean the LFO. When we go back to our kit menu and we go to rate, we see 8 steps. That means our LFO repeats every second bar. Easy to hear. So when we change the rate now, let's say we go to smaller, every bar, the LFO goes back to the first. So now here we have actually kind of pump effect. Easy to hear. And when we change the tune a little bit, turn down the volume. That's kind of sidechain effect. I don't know how to describe it, but really nice. So that is a sinus waveform. We can try a different waveform here. Okay, go back to our kit menu. We scroll back to waveform and press maybe triangle. Then the rate maybe, let's say 32 steps, maybe all the opposite. 32 step means 8 bars for our LFO. So 32 steps. Okay, tempo sync, we leave it on. Okay, we leave the menu and then we go back into the instrument menu and we see our LFO is applied to our delay send here. So, and the depth is full on plus 127. We leave it and have a listen. Okay, now let's say we can change or we can add more steps. And you hear it's kind of overlapping. And you can generate really interesting sounds. Let's say we change the rate here, a little bit smaller maybe. Then you can change also a little bit higher. So when we can change here our delay send, you see nothing is here. We have to assign our CTRL node for delay send. Just hold down, scroll through, delay send. That's it. That is our square. So you can experiment with the other waveforms. So let's have another example. Maybe we choose our right gimbal, maybe. Yeah, right gimbal. Okay, so we go back into the kit menu. So our waveform is wrong way, triangle. So we set it like say back to thin. I like thin. Rate, we choose 32 all the way up. So enter, exit with kit and then back into the instrument menu. So LSO depth is full and the LFO is applied to our filter cutoff. Okay, so let's turn our little CTRL knob here and yes, it is assigned to filter cutoff. Now have a listen. And you hear the LFO is up. what you want here. Add another step here, or maybe 4. Then you can increase the filter cutoff, go back, change the rate, maybe a little bit smaller. 8. And there it is, our pump effect. I really like that. That's one example how to use the LFO. So you can experiment with all the 5 different LFO forms. The only thing which is a little bit annoying is like you have only, as I said, 1 LFO per kit. That means, yeah, you have to make sure you choose the right one. So what you can do as well is like, let's say you want to apply an LFO here and here, but you want to use different LFOs. So just copy the kit and the pattern and then change the LFO on the second kit with the same pattern. Then you have actually the first kit is playing and then you just change the kit on the fly, and that means you change the LFOs as well. That's one way to do it, and I think that's the only way. Alright, so just try it out, all the different waveforms, and when you have a question, leave a comment. I try to answer it and do my best. Alright then, thanks for watching and have a great day. See you later.